Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prasad Prabhu. Is it possible to turn on your camera, Prabhu? Okay.
Hare Hare Krishna, my
Hare Krishna
full
Prabhu.
obeisance to all the devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Uh, uh, Feeling fortunate to be amidst all of you, sincerely hearing Srimad Bhagavatam daily, especially on an auspicious occasion like today. Today is Sri Vamana Dwadashi, and also Srila Jiva Goswami's Avirbhava Tithi. So on this occasion, we will be mainly discussing about Sri Vamnadeva and Bali Maharaja's that Leela, with a few glimpses of Sri Jiva Goswami's glories too. Before we begin, let's quickly offer our respects and seek the blessings of Parampara. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सा अग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्तराधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of all the Gurujanas, Srila Prabhupada and all the Acharyas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to speak some words in glorification of Sri Bhagavatam, for my purification and glorification of the lordships and devotees. Hare Krishna. Today is the Bhadra Shukla Dwadashi. So it is also very famously called Vijaya Dwadashi, especially because of the Lord's Vijaya. It is actually a devotee's Vijaya. We will see that. But nonetheless, it is called Vijaya Dwadashi also. It comes in this Shukla Paksha time. It is the occasion of appearance of Vamana. Vamana, the famous incarnation, the Vatu incarnation of Lord, also called Upendra, later called as Trivikrama, like this, many wonderful names. So today in our discussion, we will try to, through the words of Acharyas, through the words of Srila Prabhupada, try to understand the glory of Vamana's mercy to Bali. So before we begin, we will quickly once uh, try to uh, say this very nice prayer. It's a prayer which is written by our acharyas called Dashavatara Stotra, in which Jiva Goswami, sorry, uh, Jayadev Goswami, he lists all the avatars very beautifully. And he says that they are the wonderful expansions of Lord Krishna, specific mercy which he is giving to his specific devotees. While describing Vamana's pastime, he says, Chalayasi Vikramane Balimadbhuta Vamana Padanakhanira Janita Jana Pavana Keshavadhrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Kindly someone read this translation. Would anyone like to?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Then, yes.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a wonderful dwarf Brahmana, all
Hmm.
glories to you. With your massive steps, you deceive King Bali,
Hmm.
and with the Ganges water emanating from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all the living beings in this world. Thank you.
Mhm. So, very interestingly, Vamana glorified as someone who he's a dwarf Brahmana, but someone who deceived his devotee. Someone who, that's why the word is called Chalayasi. Chala. Chala means chala means basically cheater. Uh, so he's a cheater incarnation. There are some very interesting incarnations like Mohini, the bewildering incarnation, the one who bewilders. Mohini, Sammoha iti. And here the Lord is doing chala. Vamana is doing chala. And yet he is called, oh, Adbhuta Vamana. Adbhuta Vamana. And you expanded and by those massive steps, Vikrama, Trivikrama, Urukrama, these are also the names of Vamana. Your krama, your steps are Bhuri, are Vibhu. They are covering the all three worlds, Trivikrama, and your actions are massive. Urukrama. These words are also used for Vamana. So, like this pastime is a very famous pastime. This is considered as a Leela Avatara. Lord is eternally residing in Vaikuntha planets in the form of Vamana, and he descends to favor his devotees, his Nityasiddha devotees like Bali. So it's another interesting fact also is that Vamana is a Manvantara avatara too. Um, do any of you know which Manvantara corresponds to his appearance? Out of the 14, each Manvantara has a avatara. Manvantara avatar, it's called. That is one of the topics in the 8th canto of Bhagavatam. In that context only, Vamana's discussion comes. So, do any of you know which Manvantara is corresponded with Vamana? Huh? You can attempt, that's okay. First one, second one, third.
Vaivasvata Manvantara.
Huh?
Vaivasvata Manvantara.
Vayavasvata Manvantara, which is the current one, which is the seventh one. In fact, that's why Vamana is the most recent avatara incarnation. That is also told like that. Of course, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are in the same Yuga Chakra, which we are currently, the current time frame also is. But in this seventh Manvantara, seventh Yuga Chakra, that's when Vamana appears. Is Manvantara Avatara who appears in the seventh cycle in the seventh Manvantara called as Vaivasvata Manvantara, like that. The Manvantara before, which was Chakshusha Manvantara, their Lord appeared as in that Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan happens that time. So there are many interesting avatars actually. I think Gajendra, then there are many different avatars like that. So Chakshusha Manvantara and then Svaivasvata Manvantara. So Manvantara Avatara. So like this, his glories are told. There is a very nice scripture called Laghu Bhagavatamrit, in which our Goswami, Rupa Goswami, describes different tattvas, interesting details about different avatars. While describing about Vamana, he says that this Rupa, it appears in the day of Brahma, which has 14 Manvantaras. He appears more than once. He appears something like 3 times, he says. So he appeared in Swayambhuva Manvantara. That time also he deceived one of his devotee, called as Vaskali, like that. Some interesting name is told there. And in the Vaivasvata Manvantara, he also appeared before. His name that time was called as, his name is same, but he was appeared as son of Kashyapa and Danu. And there he goes to deceive his another devotee called Dundhu. And he begs charity, and then he returns the Swarga to Indra. And in this third appearance, which happens in the 7th Yuga cycle, that time he appears as son of Aditi and Kashyapa. And then he goes to the sacrifice of Bali, and he begs for those 3 steps. So in all appearances, he goes as a beggar. The most opulence is to him. In fact, he is the most opulent. He's called Bhagavan, who is Paripurna, Sampurna. So he being fully satisfied, fully sufficient in himself, he takes the role of a beggar. That's most surprising. In fact, Parikshit asks the question like this only, that why is it that Lord, who is self-sufficient, Atma Rama, Paripurna, why does he take this role of a beggar? And he begs from the king of this world. Then later the question again is asked, okay, after he was given the alms by that king, why that king was tied up? Why was he, put under arrest? That is also second question, which Parikshit asks in the 8th canto. In answer to that, Shukadeva Goswami becomes so happy. The amazing attitude of attention and devotion which our Parikshit has, and in response to that, he describes this whole wonderful Leela. So I just wanted to show one interesting verse, and then we will take up the exact description of Vamana. Here is a verse which is coming at the end part of Vamana Leela. So this is 8th canto, 22nd chapter, 28th verse. Esha Danava Daityanam Agrani Kirtivardhanaha Ajayshir Ajayam Mayam Sidan Api Namuhyati. Bali Maharaj has become the most famous among the demons and non-believers, for in spite of being bereft of all material opulences, he is fixed in his devotional service. Purport. Can someone read purport in this verse?
You cannot see the screen, Prabhu. I think it is.
Sorry. I think I missed it. Oh, no. I'm showing something else, I think. Sorry, extremely sorry. Can you read the purport above in this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat
Yes.
Hare Krishna. In this verse, the words The words
Sidan apina mohyati.
Sidan apina muhyati are
Hmm.
very important.
Hmm.
A devotee is sometimes put into adversity
Hmm.
while executing devotional service.
Hmm.
In adversity, everyone laments and becomes aggrieved. But by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee, even in the worst condition, can understand that he is going through a severe examination by the personality of Godhead.
Hmm.
Bali Maharaja passed all such examinations as explained in the following verses.
So
Hare
the
Krishna,
next
thank you.
verse, very interesting verse. The verse is long. In the interest of time, we will not recite that. But nonetheless, the translation is interesting. Can you read, Mataji? Although.
Yes, Prabhu. Although bereft of his riches, fallen from his original position, defeated and arrested by the enemies, rebuked and deserted by his relatives and friends, although suffering the pain of being bound, and although rebuked and cursed by his spiritual master, Bali Maharaja, being fixed in his vow, did not give up his truthfulness. It was certainly with pretension that I spoke about religious principles. But he did not give up religious principles, for he is true to his word. Hare
So
Krishna.
who is speaking this verse? Can someone guess?
Maitreya Prabhu.
This is Vamana himself. So Vamanadev himself is speaking this verse. So that's why he also speaks some religious principles in the beginning. But the highest religious principle as a surrender is exhibited by Bali. That's why he says, I certainly with pretension spoke about religious principles, but he did not give religious principles, for he is true to his word. Someone may comment on Bali, Vamana, that you asked for a charity when you were dwarf, but you grew and later tried to take that charity. So it's not right. So in that sense, Vamana sometimes is accused that you did not stay true to your word. But Bali, he did not accuse like that. Shukracharya also told, be careful, he is going to deceive you, cheat you like that. So this whole pastime of Bali and our Vamana, it comes in the eighth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, the eighth canto is a very interesting canto. Any of you know what is the subject matter which is majorly discussed in eighth canto?
Gajendra, surrender, Gajendra Moksha.
I mean to say subject here mean among the 10 subjects.
Prabhu, Manvantara Avataras, Prabhu, please read.
Manvantara is the topic discussed. Now, Manvantara, one definition of Manvantara, which Shukadeva Goswami himself says after listing the 10 subjects, he says, Manvantarani iti sadharma. He says, what does that mean? Manvantara is for the purpose of sadharma. There is a very interesting chapter. It's the smallest chapter actually. It has only 12 verses, which just tells how Manvantara organization is done. Around 6 or 7 aspects of Manvantara are there, wherein there is a Manu first, then there are Manuputras, then there are Rishis, Saptarshis, then there is a Devatas, then there is Indra, then there is Manvantara avatar. So each Manvantara is composed of these personalities. And these all personalities strive to establish what? What's the purpose? What do they strive to establish?
Religious principles, Prabhu.
Dharma.
Sadharma, that's the word to be exact. Sadharma. Now, Sadharma, there are many ways Sadharma is described. But one of the ways Acharyas describe is Sadharma is Sharanagati. Sadharma, the highest dharma is Sharanagati. That's why in 8th canto, you find many episodes of surrender. One of the episodes named just now, Mataji was just mentioning. Very famous episode of surrender. Gajendra surrender. Right? There are many, many surrender episodes, Sharanagati episodes in this 8th canto. Anyone would like to recollect? Who else surrendered to Lord of different forms? Gajendra surrendered to Lord Vishnu. Yes, anything more? Who else surrendered in this 8th
Dhruva
canto?
Maharaj, Prabhu. Dhruva
Dhruva
Maharaj.
Sorry, say again.
Dhruva Maharaj.
Okay, Dhruva Maharaj,
He-
true. Dhruva Maharaj surrendered when he was fighting, but that was in 4th canto. That's a different subject, canto only. So 8th canto has episodes like Samudra Manthana. So there also someone surrendered, no? Who was that? Who were they? Huh?
Dusk. Devatas.
Devatas, true. So Devatas surrendered to Lord Vishnu. And in this canto, there is also Shiva who comes and begs Lord Vishnu, I surrender to you. I have a desire to see your special form.
Rudragita, Prabhu. Rudragita.
No, not Rudragit. Rudragit is in 4th canto again. He comes and begs to see Mohini form. After Samudra Manthan, he got to hear that Lord showed that very extremely beautiful form, Mohini. And he comes back, I've seen every form. I have not seen this form. I want to see, oh Lord, please show that form. So he also came and surrendered to Lord to see that form. So that is also one surrender. At the end part, in the 8th canto, there is Matsyavatar. There Saptarishis surrender, seeking knowledge. So different surrenders are there, but each of this surrender had a specific motive in the beginning. Like Gajendra surrendered. What was the motive? What was the motive? What was the purpose with which he surrendered? Gajendra.
Prabhu, he was in misery. Prabhu, he was in great misery.
He was in distress or misery. Now Devatas surrendered. What was their purpose?
Misery.
Samudra Manthan, Hare Krishna.
They were also in misery, Prabhu, because they had to turn. Along with the Asuras, they were being attacked by Asuras.
They wanted Amrita.
They wanted Amrita. Yes, they were in distress, surely, but they wanted some material benefit. Now, I think you are connecting dots. So tell me now, Shiva surrendered with what intention? To see that form, but to be specific.
Inquisitive, Prabhu. He was curious.
Prabhu is now connecting. Okay, tell me the last one also, Prabhu.
Gnani. The last
Jnana. So that all put together comes a shloka.
Artharthi.
Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjuna artho artharthi jignasu jnani cha bharatarsh. Right? Different surrenders with different motives are told in 8th canto. Now Vamnadeva and Bali episode. So here is the highest example of surrender. So that's why the 8th canto's highlight is Bali Vamana episode. There, Bali surrendered with what intention? To get some piety? What was his intention? Just now we saw some verse also. What was the intention of Bali when he surrendered to Vamana?
The Atma Nivedana he did know, Prabhu, completely.
So he did not have any motive like those four. So that's why his surrender is considered the best. That's the import of this explanation given by Acharya. So just to go over the Leela, how the Leela comes to that crescendo. So Lord Vamana, he appeared as a son of Aditi and Kashyapa. But before we reach this Leela, there is this king, Bali, king of Asuras. We all know that episode, Samudra Manthana. At the end of that Samudra Manthana, Mohini comes and she deceives the demons. So demons are in tremendous disappointment and anger, anguish, that after striving so much, after stealing the nectar also, yet they could not even get one drop. Huh? So out of great anger, they wage a tremendous, fierce battle. War happens between Devatas and Asuras after the battle of after the Samudra Manthan. In that battle, Indra very fiercely defeats Asuras, practically to the extent of extincting that species, to the extinction. At that time, Narada comes and tells, "Oh, Indra, enough, enough. Leave them. They are already defeated." So then he leaves them. Bali was practically killed only. He was almost dead only. Huh? So Bali later he was brought by his charioteer, and then later this sons of the rishis coming in the line of Bhruguvansha, Bhrugavas, whatever we call. So they bring back him to life. Huh? They are all followers of Shukracharya. So they bring back him to life. So they have given me a second life, and he becomes tremendously grateful. Oh my God. Huh? I practically, I'm now getting a second birth now, actually. Huh? I was dead. Huh? So he surrenders to those gurus, rishis, in that utter mood of submission, and he tries every way to please them. Surrender, happy by his mood of surrender, they engage him in a very special yajna called Vishwajit Yajna. Very special yajna. Yeah, at the end of that yajna, he becomes so empowered. He gets a very special armor, some, that tarkas, whatever, tuna, and special garland. Shukracharya gives a special shankha. Prahlada offers that garland actually. And many, many ways he is empowered. And now the intention of that yajna was to make him powerful so that he can do that activity of attacking on what? He had an intention, no?
Devatas, sir.
Devata. So now he goes to Swarga. So the power or that effulgence of that king now, Bali, is so overwhelming. All the followers of Asuras become so very inspired and excited. With tremendous excitement, they enter the city of Indra, Swarga. Just by seeing their enthusiasm, Indra becomes so afraid. He goes and asks his guru, "What is this? I recently almost killed them fully, but now they have come back again. What is the reason? How they got that strength? It seems like they will easily defeat us. Their countenance is so overwhelming." So then Brihaspati says it is not their power, it is the power of their gurus whom Bali has pleased. Just see, the Devatas have gotten nectar, Amrita, but yet that Amrita is overshadowed by the blessings of saints. Very interesting. The material blessings have a limitation, like Amrita, but spiritual blessings are far superior. So here, it's a shadow spiritual blessing actually, because they are not the ones who are truly guiding to the spiritual perfection. But nonetheless, the principle of pleasing a saintly person is something unmatched to even Amrita. So Brihaspati tells you can't do anything now, you just flee at the right moment. When he gets to displease his gurus, that time he will be drawn off from this power. That is at a later time, that Lord Vishnu will do. So Indra, respecting the words of his guru, along with all devatas, they change their rupa. They disguise themselves and they flee from Swarga. Practically, Swarga is deserted. The Devatas have gone away. Some rishis are there still. Now, Bali and all the other Rakshasas, they enter Swarga and they take over Swarga. Uh, at this time, the mother of Devatas, Aditi, she is feeling tremendous distress. Oh, my children, Devatas are practically like loitering around like vagabonds. They don't have any home. They are bereft of their opulence. She goes to her husband, Kashyapa. Oh, Kashyapa, kindly give some remedy. Then he says, oh my God. Earlier also, some things had happened like this. Diti had approached, asking, oh, kill that Indra, give me a remedy. That time he thought what to do. Okay, let me suggest her the practice of bhakti. He gave some sacrifice called Pumsavan, I think, which is a Vishnu Bhakti only. Now here, she is given Payovrata, a devotional service penance. It's Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti. If you read the ways, details of that Vrata described in, I think, 16, 17 chapter, it's amazing. It has all the aspects of Shuddha Bhakti, except the motive is not very clear. But deity worship, serving the saintly souls, and many ways, chanting the holy names, doing yajna, and reading even the Bhagavata, there it's mentioned also. So all that is done for close to 15 days, I think 12 days, right from Pratipat up till the Ekadashi or Dwadashi, I think, yeah. So that Payovrata she does, at the end of which she experiences, because Lord had, because he had told her, she sees actually Lord, who says that I will appear to benefit your sons, but I cannot cause inauspiciousness to demons. I will appear to benefit your sons, Devatas. Those demons also. Bali, I will bless him also. And I will bless the entire world, because my appearance will be the cause of the auspiciousness to the entire world. There will appear that holy river, which will flow from the highest planet up till the lowest planet in the entire Brahmanda, which will purify the whole Brahmanda. Which was that? Which was that?
Bhagirath.
Bhagirathi, Ganga, is it not? So here he's telling that I will bless everyone. So like this, he tells, and soon an Amsha of Lord enters into Kashyapa's chitta, and later Kashyapa impregnates Aditi, and Lord takes shelter in the womb of Aditi. Knowing that Lord is there in the womb, Brahma comes and prays to that Lord in the womb. Very similar to Krishna's appearance, is it not? So, and then their Garbhastuti is there, no? Like that here Brahma comes and prays to the Lord in the womb, the Vamana in the womb. And at the opportune moment, which is today, the Shravana Nakshatra, the Muhurta is also told, it's a Vijaya Dwadashi in the Bhadra Masa, the Lord appeared. So when Lord appeared, he initially appeared as a four-handed form, and later he transforms himself into this Vaturupa. It's a very beautiful dwarf form. So just like in Lord Krishna's appearance, there is one more similarity here. What was that? Just now I mentioned.
Appears the prison with 400 forms.
Krishna also appeared as four-handed form. He could have appeared directly as a human child, but he appeared as a four-handed form to declare that I am that same supreme. Do not mistake me to be a normal child like that. Yes. So when Vamana appears, it is described that Vamana was so beautiful, so beautiful. Among the different avatars exhibit different opulences. Like it is told, Parashurama, he exhibits the prowess. Rama also exhibits prowess. Then there is Naranarayana, they exhibit extreme renunciation. Kapila, he exhibits the jnana. Likewise, Vamana, it is told he exhibits. Can you guess which opulence? Which opulence?
Beauty.
Beauty, yes. Vamana was extremely beautiful. In the same lines as Mohini, it is also told Vamana. Of course, Lord Krishna has all these info. So Krishna is par excellence beautiful, par excellence knowledgeable, par excellence powerful. That is all seen in his pastimes. So, like this, Vamana is extremely beautiful. And seeing his appearance, great personalities come and offer many, many things as gifts to him. Everything belongs to him, but they want to exhibit or offer their devotion in the form of their gifts. Like sun god comes and gives the Gayatri. It is Lord who has given the Gayatri to sun. But yet the sun, Savitri, Savita, whatever we call, he comes and gives Gayatri because he's a Brahmana Vatu. Is it not? Brahaspati gives the Janu, the sacred thread, Upavita. Kashyapa gives the straw belt, which a father offers at the time of Upanayana. And then Mother Earth gives a deer skin. The moon gives the danda, with which the brahmachari goes for begging. Aditi gives the cow penis. The Indra gives the chhatri, the atapatra umbrella. Brahma gives the water pot. Like this, seven sages they give kusha grass. Saraswati gives the beads. Kubera gives the pot for begging alms. And Bhagavati, I think this is Parvati, I'm not sure. She gives the first alms also. So, like this, he exhibited excellent beauty. And after appearance, he gets to know that now this Bali is engaged in yajnas. Bali, very interesting personality. Now he has gained sovereignty over Swarga, but all those Rishi Gurus, they say, oh, we have to make his position secure. He has not come to become Swargapati because of doing 100 yajnas, Ashwamedha yajnas. So now we will engage you in Ashwamedha yajnas, oh Bali. We want your position to become more stronger. Oh yes, whatever you say. So now he is doing the yajna there at a place called Bhrugu Kacha. It's told that it is near the river Narmada. Some say it was in the Sindh and Peshawar, Gujarat or Bhuj area. There is some area also. Some people try to locate that area also. So, but yet it was on the bank of Narmada, it is told. So there he comes there. Our Vamana enters the Bali's sacrificial arena. He was so effulgent. It was very big arrangement of Yajna. Anusthana was very massive. But when Vamana entered, his effulgence practically blinded all the people. So seeing this such a small size, height, he is called Vatu, no? Dwarf. Vaman means, that very name Vaman means small. Very name Vaman means small, heighted. Kulla, whatever we call it. So he entered. So yet he is emitting such countenance, effulgence. They understand his Brahma Teja is something very, very high. In fact, Bali Maharaj, he understands this spiritual power and he goes to receive him. Is he sun? Is he fire? Or is he one of those four Kumaras? Who is this? So, who are you, oh Brahmachari? Who are you? So, and then they beg him, we want to give you some, this is the time of giving alms in this yajna. We want to give you, please bless us. Please bless us. Whatever you want, please take like that. Even all the people are, in fact, especially Balis. So he was very well received. He was given a very high seat to sit there. In fact, yesterday I was recollecting one very interesting Kannada one phrase. I pardon to use Kannada. I think many of you can resonate. So it is told by a great saint Purandara Das that just the way Bali received Vamana, like Bhagirata receives Ganga, or like Vibhishana received Rama, or at the house of Vidura, Sri Krishna was received. He also says, let me receive the beautiful names of Lord on my tongue. Like, so it's explained that Bali did great hospitality. Nonetheless, there was also Shukracharya next. So due to which Bali could not freely offer that respect, full respect, which he later repents also. So we should understand here that Bali, the Bali who was described earlier, he had a motive to win over demons, to gain Swarga. Nonetheless, you will also notice that in those fights with the Devatas, he is extremely righteous. Any of you recollect? Any of you recollect, if you have heard, how Bali was righteous even when he was fighting against Indra? Any of you know? So in the battle, when Indra is bragging, and he is bragging, I will put you to dust today. He is very meanly speaking about the demons. That time, Bali says, so far the time was favoring you, that Supreme was favoring you, but do not consider yourself to be the cause of all these opulences and victories which you have gained in past. He speaks very wise words. After hearing this, Indra becomes a little sober. Oh, this man is not some normal demon who is ignorant like that. In fact, much before this, when our Bali got defeated, that time, not even defeat. When there is a peace treaty before Samudra Manthan, please try to recollect this. Before Samudra Manthan, there was a peace treaty between Devatas and demons, that we will come together to churn the nectar. That time, Devatas were in an inferior position because the demons had actually won over the Swarga at that time. At that time, when they come asking for a treaty, all the Asuras, they try to attack on Devatas. But Bali stops them. Hey, stop. They have come with a mood to make a treaty, to a truce. So why are you pouncing on them? Moreover, it is ultimately the time which determines one's position in this world. So he has an understanding of how the world functions. He is actually very righteous, religious in that sense. But nonetheless, he is a king of demons. What can he do? His followers are all highly in a Rajo and Tamo guna. So he's telling, but yet sometimes because of their association, the devotion is not being exhibited. Please know that he is grandson of whom?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlada. So, right from his early childhood, he had heard about the glories of Lord Vishnu. There was the seed of bhakti in him because of association of Prahlad. But because of the association of these demons, it was not fully maturing yet. But when Bali saw Vamana, that very sight Till now he was righteous. Now that very sight made him feel so attracted to Lord's form, due to which that devotion became fully blossomed. The time when he was about to give those alms, we all know that Bali later asks, "Oh, Vamana, please ask for alms." Then Vamanadev, before asking alms, he praises. Vamanadev says, "Oh, your advisors are great Brahmanas. Your grandfather Prahlad is foreseeing your auspicious future. He's praying for your future. Very secretly, he hints that he wants you to become a devotee. And you are very righteous. In your family, the great people, they all gave charities. Hiranyaksha, he was so powerful that with great endeavor, Lord as Varaha killed him. Hiranyakashipu was he did such severe tapasya. Practically no one could do it again. Even Virochana, your father, he also was greatly charitable. So in your dynasty, everyone is glorious. The most glorious is your grandfather, Prahlad. So like this, Vamana first glorifies and later he says, I only want some 3 steps. Because what can I ask? Because in this world, we should only ask what one needs. Though you have great ability, I need only these 3 steps. And more than that, later when Vamana asks like this, Bali says, Are, you are appearing small. It seems like your buddhi is also small. Why are you asking for only such puny charity? You can ask for an island at least. I have sovereignty over the entire Brahmanda. At least an island. You are disrespecting me by asking something so puny. Who is saying this? Who is saying this? Who was saying these words?
Bali Maharaja, Bali Maharaja.
Bali Maharaj is telling to the dwarf Vamana. So then Vamana says some very interesting verses which are considered very, very wise. He says about how one should always try to control one's mind and senses. If one is uncontrolled in his mind and senses, no matter what he has, he will always be dissatisfied. I don't want such great opulences. I just want to control my mind. In that way, he is actually teaching all of us. The satisfaction comes because of one's control over mind and senses. Prabhupada says in that penance of mind, that famous verse in the 17th chapter, I believe, Manah Prasada Saumyatvam, Atmavinigraha, Atmashuddhir, etat tapo manasamuchate, the penance of mind. So satisfaction, control of mind and senses, purification of one's existence, swadhyaya, all these are considered as penance of mind, which actually leads to satisfaction. So he is telling there that one should learn to be satisfied with whatever providence gives him. One should try to control one's mind and senses and get liberated from this bondage. So after hearing such wise words, take whatever you ask, you pray for, take it. So he goes to offer the charity. That time this Shukracharya comes ahead. He comes and tells, wait. This person is none other than Vishnu. He, in the guise of asking like this, is going to take away everything of you. You have not yet spoken the charity. You have not yet told Om, which means the completion of your word. You can still take back your word. He speaks what is called art of lying. How you can still be saved from the bad results of lying. because you have not yet completed your word. So when Bali hears all this, that time he thinks about it very, very deeply. Uh, so he reasons so much in one of the chapters. He gives some 8 or 9 reasons actually. Uh, He says, "My lineage is so charitable. How can I be like a cheater? Uh, Mother Earth can't bear such, liars, untruthful people. I don't want such a bad name of cheating a Brahmana. I don't fear even poverty, which you are telling, but I fear that bad repute. Anyway, these opulences will go away at the time of death. Those people who gave these temporary opulences to Lord Vishnu, they attained eternal name and benefit, like Shibi, Dadichi, all these people. At least for good reputation, I should do. And to get an opportunity to give charity to saintly person is very rare. Now here you are telling it is none other than Lord Vishnu who is creator, maintainer, destroyer, which the Shastras say. Huh? What is wrong in becoming poor by giving charity? No problem, because this whole world is made such that those who give, they always stand to gain in multifolds. It is auspicious. And what great benefit one can get, one by offering charity to Lord Vishnu. Everything is ultimately his. So like this, Bali reasons, and then he decides, I will give. His wife Vindhyavali had gotten the water pot, and then he gives. And then that's when Shukracharya says, you will be a pauper, you will become a beggar, you will not have anything. He kind of curses. So he shows a typical material-minded priest. But later, Bali, he continues with the charity, and as soon as the charity is given, immediately our Vatu, our Vamana, he becomes Trivikrama. Mm. So he, with his very 2 steps only, he covers the entire existence. With 1 step, with which he puts it around in the Bhumandala, with which all the lower planets also are covered. And his garment, his very form, it engulfs all the sky, the directions, all. Now with another step, he covers all the 6 higher planets. So 6 plus Bhumandala plus 7 below, all 14 are completely covered by his 2 steps. Then our Bali doesn't have the third place, the place for the third step to be given. So at that moment, he is at shame of not being able to give charity. So that's when, of course, the yagna is continued, and later time, this Vamana Dev, he comes, Trivikrama becomes Vamana, and he is arrested. He is on shame. Practically everyone is looking lowly towards, looking in a low vision towards this king. He seemed to be the great proprietor, but now you see he's standing like a beggar. Even Prahalada comes there, his wife Vindhyavali comes there. All of them are basically telling the materialistic mentality of possessorship. And at that moment, Bali is seriously thinking, what should I do for the third step? Third step. So he says, let me offer myself. It is considered the possessor is superior to the possession. So I am not yet been offered. So you can take me as the place for your third step. Put your third step on my head. You take me. I offer myself to you, Atma Nivedana. What's the use of this body, which is anyway going to leave at a time, untimely death? Anyway, everything else belongs to this body only, right? The family, the home, the country, the every property is because of connection with the body only. So let me offer that. My grandfather Prahlada always said this, to be fully devoted, dedicated to the Supreme Lord. Now, by amazing arrangement of the providence, I have come to a situation wherein I have to offer to you. I happily give it to you. So this mood of giving to Lord, samarpana, sharanagati, of course, sharanapatti is another higher thing which is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is one of the limbs of Bhakti, sharanagati. So in that, this person is given as an example, Bali. There are also other examples like Rukmini. Many more examples Rupa Goswami describes. So like this, when he offers this, Vamana becomes extremely pleased. He again takes his third step on Bali, by which he accepts him as his. That's when Vamana says that supreme blessings. Oh Bali, that's what we just now read. How true you were to your word. You were so insulted. Such great king you were insulted by your own people, deserted. In fact, your gurus, they, left you. So, yet you stayed true to your word and you offered me. So, that very famous verse is there. One should not become a guru, one should not become a father, mother, unless one takes one's dependence to cross death. You know that famous sloka? Pita na sasya, janani na sasya. There it's described. So there it is told one should not become a guru. So there the example of a materialistic guru whom a true devotee or disciple disobeyed for the purpose of serving Lord Vishnu. That example is given as Bali. Bali disobeyed a guru, which is considered greatly sinful. But because he did it for Lord Vishnu, ultimately he was rewarded. So, though he seemed to lose the Swarga, he was told to go to Sutala, which is far more opulent than even Swarga, which is higher. It's one of the below Swargas, Sutala. And their Lord himself is standing as guard. Sudarshana is always there to protect him. And later he will be given surely that Swarga in the next Manvantara. So in the Manvantara, which is next, 8th, then the Bali will become Indra. The current Indra is Purandara. So that time, Lord himself will come and hand over the Swarga to Bali. So like this, he's ultimately blessed. So in this way, this pastime is supremely instructive because, especially because Bali shows the progression in the growth of a devotee. There were surely that samskaras because of his grandfather, but yet only when he saw Lord Vamanadev, because of that extreme attraction in the form of Lord, his devotion fully matured. And he embodies this principle of surrender, sharanagati. This surrender is such a sacred principle. Ultimately, it is shown by those greatest devotees of Lord Krishna, the gopis. Patisutanvaya Bhratrabandhavan Ati Vilangyate Achyuta Gata Kati Vidastavot Gita Mohita Kitavayoshita Kastya Nishi. Gopi Gita, this verse comes. They banished everything. In fact, the very reputation also they sacrificed. Here, in one sense, you can say Bali wanted to stay true to his word. That way, he wanted that repute. But gopis, the greatest devotees, because they were attracted by that Swayam Bhagavan who had this beauty, which Vamana is exhibiting in full. So that way, when one is uh, attracted by Bhagavan, his beautiful qualities, his Rupa, Guna, Leela, and his wonderful devotees, actually. We can also try to follow this principle of Sharanagati. In one sense, Sharanagati has very practical meaning, which Srila Prabhupada describes the 6 symptoms: Anukulyasya Sankalpa, Pratikulyasya Varjana. So, like that, there are 6 symptoms of them. We can embark the path of Sharanagati with the first 2, and slowly, while practicing the bhakti limbs, try to develop those internal moods. Rakshasiti Vishwasaha, Goptrutve Varana, Atmanikshepa, and Karpanya. That's Prabhupada describes in that 18.66 verse, which we can all try to cultivate. So this day, which is Vamana Dvadashi, is a very clear reminder of that ultimate principle of bhakti, which is Sharanagati. He stands for that Atmanivedana, and how Lord always rewards his devotee. Often people only know that Vamana took away everything from Bali, but how much he blessed him. Soon there will be that occasion of Bali Padhyami, which comes in the occasion of Deepavali, where Bali comes again and he is received well, even in this Manvantara also. In the next Manvantara, he will surely be the Indra. Likewise, we can all. This path of Sharanagati is taught by Acharyas, our gurus, especially Srila Prabhupada, who was such an embodiment. So, following his instructions, we can aspire, and one day, Krishna willing, we can attain that mercy. Thank you very much. I went overboard over time. I don't know. I could not even touch on Jiva Goswamiji. I hope you all will surely learn and more about him from the other devotees. You all know about it. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Vamnadeva ki jai. Bali Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for wonderful collection of Vamanadev's pastimes and also glories of Bali Maharaj. I think you touched upon the various aspects of bhakti and how we see the different level of uh, approach to God, to Lord Krishna, and I think you connected with this avatars. So thank you, Prabhu. It was a very nice class. I would request the devotees to unmute their mic and share the questions or comments, please.
Yeah. Any comments? Any feedback?
Uji, I have
Krishna
one.
Prabhu, wonderful. Sorry,
I
Prabhu,
went
go
more
ahead.
time.
Go ahead, Mataji.
We
Please.
could not do Jiva Goswami. Glories. Anyways, yes, please.
A wonderful class, Prabhu. So much nectar. Sorry, I lost the net in between. Prabhu, one doubt I had. Why Lord always chooses these methods of cheating, even in Kurukshetra war? Is it just to glorify the devotees, or what else we can learn from this, Prabhu?
There are, we need to see with whom he is dealing also. So with devotees, he has very special way to deal so as to increase their prema. Like Lord Krishna deals with his Gopa friends, with the gopis, in very, very interesting manner to arouse prema in them. So everything about Lord is sweet. Even his cheating is sweet. In that Madhurashtaka, it is told like that. His lying also is sweet.
Yes, Prabhu, for us devotees, it is sweet, but when we have to explain to the non-devotees, so how should we go about, Prabhu?
Yeah. So, like in the case of Kurukshetra, which you are mentioning, when someone tries to deceive Lord or spiritual authorities by crookedness, then Lord shows the highest extent of crookedness. Shato Shatyam. This word is there in Gita. Among all the cheaters, I am the greatest cheater. So no one can cheat the laws which Lord has made. One can never commit sin and go scot-free. So in that sense, the very arrangement of this material nature these different sakshis with which one is always monitored. Actually, this is for one's rectification to come to the true nature. So if one still tries to resort to some ill means, then Lord gives a punishment. Sometimes he punishes directly by giving a reaction. Sometimes he gives instruction. Yet if someone doesn't understand and follow, and yet he is so crooked, then Lord shows the means through crooked. In one of the Nitis also it is told to deal with crooked people, one may have to use crookedness. So in that sense, Lord wants to see the ultimate rectification. For that, temporarily he may use these means of crookedness or like that, which people may see as a blame on God. But nothing is a blemish or a reproach to Lord. He is beyond all reproach. So in that sense, he acts for ultimately the benefit of that jiva. When he is cheating Kauravas, apparently, he did not cheat, in fact. Apparently, he wanted their benefit, right? He gave so much of levies to them, but yet they did not take benefit. So similarly, when he's dealing with so many demons who are also cheaters, like asuras, who cheated the devatas, stole the nectar. Till then, Lord always told that always be tolerant if someone inflicts pain on you, be patient. So they stood by those values, the devatas. But yet, when they were deprived of their rightful share of nectar, Lord resorted to the means of bewilderment. He appeared as that Mohini. So till then he was standing by those principles, right? So one can't always say that I will keep following the righteous principles and yet you should never stand against cheating done on you. No, that's not fair. So Lord is teaching that lessons. And I hope it
Wonderful, Prabhu.
helps
Yes,
somewhere.
Prabhu, wonderful. Thank you so much. Dandavat, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Even if you can touch something on Goswami also, we are ready to hear, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we will have a special session on Jiva Goswami.
No, maybe we'll read that one verse and one meaning of Shad Goswami Ashtakam, and then we will conclude. Are there any last comments or
We have
questions?
one comment, Prabhu, question, in fact. Typically, what we see is that when a soul is getting elevated, they go higher in the planetary system. Here, Vamnadeva actually delivers Bali Maharaj, but he is going to lower planetary system.
Yeah.
How to
Yeah.
understand this? This is perplexing.
So he did not leave body. He was sent in the self same body to a different destination for a temporary period. That's all. And later he is given a higher destination because he served Lord. So this is a special Leela. Actually, see, Lord had to respect the principle that he has disobeyed gurus, right? So apparently there is a fall. Correct? No, there is a fall. But nonetheless, because he did it for Lord, that fall is ultimately going to give him a supreme high position. In the material calculation only, he will become Swarga and later he will attain the highest destination also. So the Lord respected that principle that he disobeyed the word of Guru. Actually, to speak, the Guru's words are to guide towards Lord. But here, Shukracharya, who is in the position of a Guru, he is speaking something contrary to that principle. But nonetheless, there is a shadow of that principle because he disobeyed the shadow Guru. He is given a shadow reaction of falling to lower planet. But nonetheless, the actual result he is going to get is supremely auspicious. Actually, in this Leela, Samudramanthan at the end, the one who gained victory was Bali only, not Indra. Similar to Vritrasur. Bali was blessed, Vritra was blessed, not material attached Indra. This is Bhagavatam's very sacred revelation. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sutala in the lower words, that is also very opulent, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Something
it's
more,
also very opulent. There is
because
something called Bilaswarga. Last time in 5th canto description we were seeing, no? There are some Bilaswargas. How do I say that? Below terrestrial. Huh?
yes,
Some swargas are below, some swargas are above, some swargas are in middle also. Middle means the other dvipas of Jambudvipa, other varshas of Jambudvipa. They are considered as Bhauma swargas. So there is Swarga above, there is Bila Swarga, which is the lower planets, and there is Bhauma Swarga. One who is extremely pious gets to go to Swarga. Huh? Then there is some more piety which is in the mode of lower modes, they get usually lower Swarga. And then there's some residual piety by which you cannot yet attain any of these Swargas, yet you have to experience. For that, they go to other Varshas in Jambudvipa, except Bharata Varsha. So they are also very opulent. Huh? You may recollect that 5th canto description. So there it's told. So Bharata Varsha is the Karma Bhumi. Others are enjoyment places or suffering places, whatever you say. Okay.
thank you, Prabhu.
So we will just recite this one small verse in the interest of time. We offer our respects to Srila Jiva Goswami. This is a prayer by Srinivas Acharya, Shad Goswami Ashtakam. One stanza in it very important because this shows the mood of the Goswamis in giving us a benefit who are separated by time from them. But they gave us a means to reach to their mercy by their words, by their compositions, by their literary contributions. Chaitanya Srila Prabhupada often sang this particular verse in Shad Goswami Ashtakam. You can repeat after me. Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunau Sadharma Samsthapakau
Nana Shastra नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ सद्धर्म संस्थापकौ
Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanyakarau
लोकानां हितकर त्रिभुवने मान्या. This is going off, Prabhu. त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्यै करौ.
Radha Krishna Bhatpadaravind Bhajana Nandena Mattalikau
राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजनौ नन्देन मत्तालिकौ.
Vande Rupa Sanatanau Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau
वन्दे रूप सनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्री जीव गोपालकौ. Hare
Please
Krishna.
read the translation.
Yes.
I offer my
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीलजीवगोस्वामी पाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna devotees, today evening we have a very special class. His Holiness Bhakti Ashraya Vaishnava Swami
Yeah.
Maharaj
Yeah.
coming to the temple and giving his association. I would
Yes.
recommend all the devotees to be available in person to take the mercy and association of the Lord, His Holiness Bhakti Vaishnava Ashraya Maharaj. The class is from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The topic would be glories of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhadra Purnima.
Jai, Jai, Jai. Wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, and thank you, devotees. I will end the Zoom session. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.